Morning to my dear students. Welcome back to Atma Green School. Jai Swami Narayan. Today class 9th, book civics. That is, we were concluding with chapter number 6. Okay, that is, we were on page number 107. That is, we were talking about how can we secure these rights, that is, right to constitutional remedies. Okay, how can we secure these rights? If rights are like guarantees, they are of no use if there is no one to honor them. The fundamental rights in the Constitution are important because they are enforceable. We have a right to seek the enforcement of the above mentioned rights. This is called the right to constitutional remedies. This itself is a fundamental right. This right makes other rights effective. It is possible that sometimes our rights may be violated by fellow citizens. ऐसा होता है ना, जैसे हमारी गवर्नमेंट कुछ राइट्स कुछ यानी कोई लॉ पास करती है, तो हमारे ही देश के ऐसे कुछ रेबल पीपल होते हैं जो खिलाफ जाते हैं उसके. That is, this itself is a fund. This right makes other rights effective. If it is possible that sometimes our rights may be violated by fellow citizens, private bodies, or by government. When any of our rights are violated, we can seek remedy through courts. जैसे हमारे कोई भी rights हमसे छीन लिए जाते हैं, हमें नहीं दिए जाते हैं टाइम से, are violated, then we can seek remedy through courts. If it is a fundamental right, we can directly approach the Supreme Court. अगर हमारा वो fundamental right हमसे छीना जा रहा है, violate किया जा रहा है, then we can directly approach the Supreme Court or the High Court of a state. That is why Dr. Ambedkar called the right to constitutional remedies the heart and soul of our Constitution. Fundamental rights are guaranteed against the actions of the legislatures, the executive, and other authorities. Instituted by the government. There can be no law or action that violates the fundamental rights. If any act of the legislature or the executive takes away or limits any of the fundamental rights, it will be invalid. That is, if any act of the legislature or the executive takes away or limits any of the fundamental rights, it will be invalid. उसे invalid करार किया जाएगा, that will be illegal. Okay. That is, okay, it is invalid. We can challenge such laws of the central and the state government, the policies and the actions of the government or the governmental organizations like the nationalized bank or electricity boards. Courts also enforce the fundamental rights against private individuals and bodies. The Supreme Court and High Court have the power to issue directions, orders or writs for the enforcement of the fundamental rights. Okay, they can also award compensation to the victims. It is on page number 109, and punishment to the violators. जो भी वायोलेट करेंगे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन का जो भी फंडामेंटल राइट्स वायोलेट किया जाएगा, उससे कॉम्पेंसेशन भरना पड़ेगा, इधर कैश फॉर्म में और पनिशमेंट दी जाएगी. We have already seen in chapter 5 that the judiciary in our country is independent of the government and the parliament. We are noted that our judiciary is very powerful and can do whatever is needed just to protect the right of the citizens. Judiciary citizens के साथ है, इसमें कोई politics नहीं है. In case of any violation of fundamental right, the aggrieved person can go to the court for remedy. But now any person can go to the court against the violation of the fundamental life if it is of social or public interest. It is called public interest litigation, PIL. Under the PIL, any citizen or group of citizens can approach the Supreme Court or a High Court for the protection of public interest against a particular law or action of the government. One can write to the judges even on a postcard. The court will take up the matter if the judges find it in public interest. Okay, we have full right to knock the doors of Supreme Court और हम PIL के जरिए हम जो वायोलेट कर रहा है एक्ट उसके खिलाफ हम एक्शन ले सकते हैं. And also we can write the judges even postcard. The court will take up the matter if the judges find it in the public interest. अगर majority है public interest यही चाहती है, then court will definitely take that matter. See on page number 108. 108 you can see the newspaper headline. Just read this. Okay, this is just for your knowledge. सिर्फ आपको read करना है. Nothing is asked from this box. That is page number 108. विज्ञान का मतलब साइंस. चल रेडी कर जोर से. Yes, it is just for your knowledge to read it. Page number 108. NHRC. See, right to constitutional remedies. That is, the fundamental rights in the constitution are important because they are enforceable. There is a right to seek the enforcement of these mentioned rights, which is called the right to constitutional remedies. This right make others' rights effective. When any of the fundamental rights are violated, the citizens can directly approach the Supreme Court or the High Court. Both courts have the power to writ for the enforcement of the rights. That is why Dr. Ambedkar called the right to constitutional remedies the heart and soul of our constitution. Then the right to property. The constitution originally provided for the right to property under articles 19 and 31. But the 44th Amendment Act of 1978 abolished this right from the list of fundamental rights. The amendment made it a legal right under Article 300A in the Constitution. This right states that no person shall be deprived of his or her property. That is right to property. And again, इसके अंदर ही है right to education. Under Article 20A, India joined a group of few countries in the world to make education a fundamental right of every child. It came into force on 1st April 2010. The Article 21A says that the state shall provide free and compulsory education to all children of the age of 6 to 14 years. Thus, this provision makes elementary education a fundamental right. Then securing the fundamental rights, that is upon this PIL. securing the fundamental rights. If any act of the legislature or the executive takes away or limits any of the fundamental rights, it will be invalid. Citizens can challenge such laws in court which enforce the fundamental rights against private individuals and bodies. If it is of social or public interest, it is called PIL. Under the PIL, any citizen or group of citizens can approach the Supreme Court or High Court for the protection of public interest against a particular law or action of the government. That is, ये जो column है ना NHRC page 0108, it is an independent commission established in 1993. The commission is appointed by the president. The commission focuses on helping the victims to secure their human rights. These include all the rights granted to the citizens by the Constitution. The Commission also considers the human rights mentioned in the UN-sponsored international treaties that India has signed. The NHRC makes independent and credible inquiry into any case of violation of human rights. The Commission presents its findings and recommendations to the government. Okay, बस इसमें और कुछ नहीं है. This is just for we go to next, that is page number 109, expanding scope of rights. We began this chapter by discussing the significance of rights. In much of the chapter, we have focused only on fundamental rights in the Constitution. You might think that fundamental rights granted by the Constitution are the only rights citizens have. This is not true. While fundamental rights are the source of all the rights, our Constitution and law offers a wider range of rights. Over the years, the scope of rights has expanded. Sometimes it leads to expansion in the legal rights that the citizen can enjoy. From time to time, the courts gave judgments to expand the scope of rights. Certain rights like right to freedom of press, right to information, and right to education are deprived from the fundamental rights. Now school education has become a right for Indian citizens. The governments are responsible for providing free and compulsory education to all the children up to the age of 14 years. Parliament has enacted a law giving the right to information to the citizens. This act was made under the fundamental right to freedom of thought and expression. We have a right to seek information from government offices. Recently, the Supreme Court has expanded the meaning of the right to life to include the right to food. Also, rights are not limited only to fundamental rights as enumerated in the Constitution. Constitution provides many more rights which may not be fundamental rights. For example, the right to property is not a fundamental right, but it is a constitutional right. Okay, right to vote in elections is an important constitutional right. Sometimes the expansion takes place in what is called human rights. These are universal moral claims that may or may not have been recognized by law. In that sense, these claims are not rights going by the definition that we presented earlier. With the expansion of democracy all over the world, there is a greater pressure on governments to accept these claims. Some international covenants, page number 110. What is the meaning of covenant? It is given. Promises made by individuals, groups or countries to uphold a rule or principle. It is legally binding on the signatories to the agreement or statement. Signatories to the agreement or statement. Covenant यानी promises सभी के लिए जो कंपलसरी है रूल और प्रिंसिपल, ये लीगल है, बाइंडिंग ऑन द सिग्नेटरीज पीपल बी टू द एग्रीमेंट और स्टेटमेंट, have also contributed to the expansion of rights. See, that is, I will explain you, expanding scope of rights. Our constitution and law offers a wide range of rights apart from the fundamental rights. The scope of rights has expanded over the years. Certain rights like right to freedom of press, right to education, and right to information are deprived from fundamental rights. According to the right to education, every child has a right to get elementary education. यानी जो village में होते हैं ना schools, उन्हें elementary. According to right to information, anybody can demand information regarding the functions of a government department or official. Some rights that Constitution provides apart from fundamental rights are the right to property, the right to vote in election. These are not fundamental rights, but these are constitutional rights. Then human rights क्या है? What are human rights? Human rights are universal more claims. Claim means demand for legal or moral entitlements a person makes on fellow citizens, society, or the government. Claim that may or may not have been recognized by laws. In that sense, these claims are not rights that are defined earlier. With the expansion of democracy all over the world, there is greater pressure on governments to accept these claims. Some international covenants have contributed to the expansion of rights. Then the last part is, you can see, International Covenant on Economic, Social and Cultural Rights. Just read this part. Orange wala box up follow everyone. Read this orange box everyone. That is International Covenant on Economic, Social and Cultural Rights.
से गई वो भी देख, अभी नहीं, वो यहाँ अंदर से निकली है
इधर
अभी। ये बर्तन धो सब।
कौन से?
अरे ये प्लेटें वाली।
Okay, that is the international covenant recognizes many rights that are not directly a part of the fundamental rights in the Indian Constitution. This has not yet become an international treaty, but human rights activists all over the world see this as a standard of human rights. These include right to work, right to safe and healthy working conditions, right to adequate standard of living, right to social security and insurance, right to health, and right to education. Okay, so in my next class, I will continue with this, that is International Covenant on Economic, Social and Cultural Rights. Okay, and please do read this lesson. So with this, I wrap up my class here. Thank you to all.